Okay, good afternoon. Twitch says the microphone is on. Why isn't the stream manager coming up? So I started this. Oh, there it goes. Okay, let me. Okay. Oh, there it goes. Yay, we have volume. I don't know. The previous stream was hosed, and I just assumed that we had audio, but I'm not exactly sure why that was the case. So like and subscribe, like and subscribe. The statistics tell me that everybody that clicks on this only watches the first 30 seconds. Well, there is an index, so you can scan the index to see some things that you might like. Go to my previous videos before this. I'm just noticing I'm in Torment 3 because I was doing bosses. I was just grinding bosses this morning. But I want to give a shout out to Straight Stunner 390. I don't know. He commented on one of my previous videos, and he wanted me to go over my build. So that is what this video is for. Just going over my current build, maybe some ideas on what I might change. I'm not exactly sure. So that's really all this will be, because I want to get back to playing and listening to podcasts. So usually listen to John Clay Wolf Show, the All In podcast, Clay and Buck Show, Scott Jennings, who adds some common sense to CNN, Adam Carolla, who is actually on David Freeberg interviews him. I listened to that while I was working in the garage. So anyway, that is about it. Let's get to the build. Woo! So, okay, waiting. All right, we'll just go over the gear right now. Where was I? Why am I up here? That's bizarre. I know I was adjusting some things and the controller hit the ground, so it might have moved me, and then I bailed out of Diablo. So let's get to a spot where people aren't, wandering around in circles or whatever. So here's some crap we don't really care about. I'll nuke that. But let's go ahead and start with Orsivane. It's 2-star. And I probably I was running Azurath for a while. That was the vulnerable one. I have that in my my stash, I think. But I was running Azurath. That applies vulnerable a ton. But this gives me a pretty big multiplier. So I have 0 defensive skills. So there's 4 slots for defensive skill. For each defensive skill not on your action bar, you deal 35x. So multiply that by 4 and you get 140, right? 35 and 35 is 70. 70 and 70 is 140. So, and I've got critical strike damage. And then I boosted the non-physical damage masterwork. So that's the max effect on that. Obviously, it would be great to get a new Orsivane that's got the 40x multiplier. Still looking for that. Hopefully that'll drop. I may try to check the bosses, but that is a huge multiplier. So let's go to the focus. Okun's Catalyst. This is the Ball Lightning orbits you. So the key is Ball Lightning can be cast while moving. So if you're running away, but you still have mana, you can cast it. Or you're running through things, you can cast it. So that is definitely a plus. Typically, when you cast things, you stop, which I don't know. I like to be on the move because I feel like it would be great to do stand and deliver, but I don't know. There's so many things that just shoot at you, and if you're standing still, they hit you. So I'm not a fan of that. But I guess if you stand still, right, there's the inner calm that you get a multiplier for standing still. So that's good. So as long as you can kill everything before they hit you, that's great. So this has a star on intelligence. But I went for the, I masterworked the chance for Ball Lightning projectiles because I felt like if I can get more Ball Lightning with the limited amount of mana, because the Ball Lightning costs more due to one of my skills. The end skill, I forget what it is, but we'll go over that. It just makes frost skills cheaper. So my shock, my lightning skills are a little more expensive. I don't really get a discount on those. But this gives a +2 to Ball Lightning, and I've got a 1/3 chance that I'll cast it twice, so that's pretty good. And this, again, this is it orbits around you, so it'll casting Ball Lightning instead creates a separate static field. Because Ball Lightning, I just feel like if you shoot it, it just goes out into space. Now that's great if you're just standing way far away, but that thing is moving. It's great for boss fights because they don't move that much. But you get a line of Ball Lightning and then they go through the thing. I just feel like if it's orbiting you, it can just keep doing damage to the things that you're close to. So I guess it's a style issue. So anyway, you can read that. And then I got a Sanctified. That's just the luck of the draw. That aspect with the wings. You have 20% increased crowd control duration while enemies are unstoppable. And then, oh, right. So you get the crowd control duration is boosted 20%. But while enemies are unstoppable, so you can't crowd control them, you can't freeze them, you can't do shit. You deal 44x damage to them. So that's kind of nice. So that was a good draw. Unfortunately, I got the same draw on this. So this is Ring of Starless Skies. It's always good. Spending your primary resource reduces the resource cost of your skills and increases your damage by 10%, 10x for 3 seconds, up to 50x. So you just spend, and you get a multiplier. Unfortunately, that Sanctify was wasted because it rolled and it was exactly the same as what I've got, that other Okun. So eventually I'd like to find a new Okun catalyst and try to re-sanctify that, just a better one. So that's kind of on the list of things to do as far as just getting a better build. And then this will still kick in. Granted, it's 41x, but it's better than 0, right? Because this ranks above it. This has got 44%, and this is 41%. So that's that ring. This other ring, where'd it go? Oh yeah, Ring of By. I've been swapping this in with the Tal Rasha's Loop, but this has performed better than any Tal Rasha's Loop. I even had a 2-star Tal Rasha's. I think I still have it. But I want to make that elementalist work. That's why I'm keeping Ball Lightning and Blizzard, and I've got Firewall. So I do want to try to still be an elementalist, but I'm tempted to just go all Frost. But we'll see. Okay, so that's that guy. And then the amulet. Woohoo! Mythic. So it's, 270 all resist. That's great. You got a percentage for all stats. Still not enough. I still need to burn that essence to get, and we'll see that in the Paragon board. So cool your jets. Lucky hit chance. I need to ask Grok to break that down because there's different stuff for what local lucky hit chance affects. Movement speed, that's awesome. Resource generation, I need that. So damage is dealt to your primary so this is basically a mana shield. And it is drastically reduced. So if I can up my maximum resource, my max mana, that's always helpful. But resource generation is huge. So that kind of covers this side. So we'll just go from the boots. Obviously, I'm going Frost, so you really want Penitent Greaves. You got some evade perks. You got more movement speed. That's good. I boosted. Was this a 2-star? No, it's a 1-star. So that critical strike chance is I upped that in the masterwork. Chill slow potency. That's always good because that affects how fast things freeze. And then you get cold resistance. So still looking for a better one of these. Sanctify, I got really lucky and got that lightning damage almost 10x when masterworked. So that is awesome. And then if you're familiar with Penitent Greaves, you leave behind a trail of frost that chills enemies. So it's chilling, and then they're frozen. You deal 23x more damage to chilled enemies. So that's good. And that's the thing is, are frozen enemies chilled? I'd have to ask Grok. There's so many different nuances in that case. And I may do a stream where I actually do ask Grok, or I just have all these Grok questions and I'm just curious what it comes back with. But that might be a stream that I might do while going over my build. Where are we at? I don't see any time. Okay, well, we'll keep going. Pants. Everybody needs pants. This is a 4-star pants. I was thinking about the frost, but I don't know. I've been sticking with the frozen orb, mostly because of the enchantment. It just spits a frozen orb at whatever every so often. So this is pretty standard. And then, I sanctified that. I shouldn't have. I don't know why. This was before I got that life. This was before I got this, because basically, you really don't care about your max life if you're using this. So it's going to be tough to get a new one of these, a 4-star. So I just got to take it. And then Blizzard size. I think that was part of it, or was that the sanctified? This is sanctified. I'm trying to think. Usually if it sanctifies. I'm not sure. Anyway. And then I go with the standard Pakgar runes. Spend. I like to have a high critical strike chance, and I'm spending resource like crazy. So typically I haven't really looked, but I have a feeling it just gets my critical strike chance up there pretty high. So that's the pants. The gloves, 2-star gloves. See again, life on kill. My master worked that critical strike chance for sure, and then everything else. Did I not see? I don't even see a blizzard size. I feel like that was tempered and then sanctified, that boosted it. I don't see a scenario where I would not have tempered something. Like all these, right? You can't temper these guys. But this, I don't see the tempered one like I do on this. So the tempered one is cold damage, obviously. And then here, this is almost maxed out. This is why I have not sanctified this, because it's just hard getting get a 3-star, but all of the attributes that I want, are they there, so that's just kind of hard. Yeah, avalanche. So that's what I use. I use that avalanche key passive. So it reduces the cost of frost skills by even more. And its damage to vulnerable enemies is 98x. So if you can make something vulnerable, it's going to die, basically. But still not at 100%. Okay, so that's the gloves. The chest armor, sanctified. I went with, I masterworked the intelligence. Looks like sanctified give me max resource, which is kind of handy. And then I must have tempered the blizzard size. And I swear on legendary, I don't know, they tweaked things. Now you can only have one tempered thing. Which really threw me off because I was just going and I was adding 2 things. Well, if you add the first thing and then you go and you add the second thing, it replaces that first thing, which is bizarre. That's not how last season was and all the other seasons before it. So maybe that's just for this season. I feel like with legendary, I should be able to temper 2 items, but it is what it is. So this is, Everliving Sovereign Male. You take 30% less damage from crowd control or vulnerable. So less damage is always good. And then gear, more gear. The helmet, deflecting barriers. So there's a reason why, and I forget where that barrier thing is. So I was already about barriers, but I swear it's down here on, that's sanctified. Shit. That's not sanctified. No. Oh, there it is. So it was on the amulet. So I got lucky. So 44x increased damage while you have a barrier active. So that is huge. That was the sanctify thing. So I got lucky on that. So I'm definitely all about barriers. So remember that when we go over to skills. Barriers are my friend, and I deal a shit ton more damage with those. But that was just luck of the draw. I didn't even know I was going to get that. Okay, Sanctified. Cast a skill, you heal. So I heal. I mean, that's kind of a waste because I never lose health, like rarely. Unless I'm like one hit or something. Or I'm just casting, and my mana gets really low and I don't realize it. And then I take a hit and I'm dead. Or there's a negative effect on me, which is just eating through my mana, and then it hits my health and I'm dead. So casting is good. Yeah, this was not a great roll because I'm already out of mana. How am I going to cast a skill to heal me, right? So that's just the luck of the draw. Yeah. Oh yeah, the runes. Neozon. So avoid health for 2 seconds. So I'm always healthy. I mean, I'm always at max health because it never takes my health away. So every 4 seconds, overpower for a little bit and critical strike. So you'll see the orange. This is what I was waiting for. I must have sacrificed or whatever, recycled this. I had it and then it was gone. But I'm trying to use this. It's either this with the we can go to let's go over to my stash because I put a separate, so I finally just built a separate thing for, look at the label, it's socketable. So anything I have now, it's like I just pick up everything and then dump it in here, and then I can just pick and choose what I want to nuke. But I did favorite a couple of things. Avoid health, yes, that's the one that I use. And I just want to make sure that I keep this labeled as a favorite so I don't try to nuke it or anything. Plus it's good just as an overview. This, I just feel I'm not doing the offering fast enough to get to plus 10. I mean, because ideally, plus the cooldown is every 5 seconds. So you got to do the math. I don't think this is adding up as quickly as I want, right? What you want is that overflow because of the cooldown is 5 seconds. So I don't think I have anything that will really have a ton of offering so I can get up to, I don't know, plus 10, who knows. And then this, I was doing this Frost Nova, and when I did that, I took some points away from Frozen Orb and just added it to Frost Nova, because I did look up in Grok, casting a rune is as though casting from a rune is as though you cast it yourself. So that was pretty good information there. So those are the runes that I like or I want to try or swap in. These other ones, I don't know about these. Lightning, great. You got 20 offering, you're casting a ton of lightning all over the place. I don't think a lightning bolt counts as a shock. I don't know. I think I looked that up a while ago. Spiritborn, just a bunch of stuff that I don't use. I'm not sure. I want to try that because I'm not exactly sure how that'll work. Okay, let's see. All right, let's just get out of the crowd and Okay, so we went through that gear. Oh, that's right. I did get a. Is there another? There's another stash over here, isn't there? Yeah, there is. So I created this tab. So I did get another mythic. It dropped this morning. I tried it out. It's just not cutting it. This other one with the multiplier, this is all based on lucky hit chance. I don't think I have the luck for this, for the Doombreaker Bringer. This is good for, if you're lower level and this drops, that's great. But it's really not working out for me. All right, hang on. Take a break and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. All right. Make sure everything's good. All right, so we'll just stay over here. Okay, let's go to the skills. Okay, so nothing here. This really could be anything, because I don't equip this. And then I'm using Frozen Orb, and I go with the Vulnerable. Just because my vulnerable damage... Oh, crud, I forgot to look at, all my stats here. Okay, so there's the currency. Core stats. And I haven't even drank a potion, so we'll be looking at that. Okay, armor and resistances, you can see those. A little low on lightning resistance and poison. Oh, and fire. I like the shadow resistance just because the pit, there always seems to be a lot of shadow in the pit. Okay, so offensive. Base weapon damage, weapon speed, attack speed bonus, critical strike chance. That's not too shabby. And usually within battle, you can add 25 to that. So the damage, that's getting up there. And then, of course, my overpower is every 4 seconds. I'll overpower for a third of a second. So I've traded. I used to have pretty high vulnerable damage, but I traded over. I put destruction in my glyph, at that glyph in one of the glyph sockets. So, and we'll go over that. All damage, damage with fire, lightning, cold obviously is high, poison, shadow, mastery, I'm using adept as a glyph, versus elite, crowd controlled, chilled, no thorns. Max life is low. Potion capacity 4, which should be 10. This whole timed release thing is stupid. Way to fuck that up, Blizzard. Healing receive, life on kill, don't care. Life, more life. Barrier bonus, yeah. I definitely want my barriers hanging around as long as they can. Oh, that's right. I was using the Druid's, I forget what it's called, but I was trying that out. That rune that gave me that barrier. I may add it back if I'm dying a lot. I may just try to add that back. I don't know, dodge chance, whatever. So max mana, that's way higher than what I usually have. It's usually at around 120, so that's pretty good. Mana generation, movement speed, lucky hit, XP bonus, Blizzard effect size, PvP, which I never do. Okay, so that's the stats. Okay, let's go back to skills. So Frozen Orb, item contribution is 10. I forget where that's from. You can rewind and go check that out. It's off of one of my items. I forget which one. And then, of course, you're going to want that. That's 50 times. But obviously, that's just from Frozen Orb. But it is an enchantment. Because if you look at these, I've got Frozen Orb and the Blizzard enchantment. So those are pretty nice. Okay, so that's Frozen Orb. No defense. Nothing. Oh yeah, what are these? Potent Warning. Doombringer. Was it Doombringer? I think something increased my potent ward. Oh, Tall Rashus. I think that Tall Rashus really boosts this up. But since I'm not using that anymore, it's kind of normalized. Core skill, so I want that. Cast above 50 mana. Pretty much always above 50 mana. So that Frozen Orb gets that 12x kick. I always use Glass Cannon. So I'm about barriers. So this 3 for this barrier, Energy Focus. 3 for Dampen Layer. And then we'll keep going. So this I just added because it adds vulnerable. So there's 2 out of 5. And then, yeah, the vulnerable. I could nuke this if I wanted to. You gain blah, 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 attack speed. So I get a little more attack speed boost. That's not too bad. And then these, what was this? Oh yeah, damage reduction, align the elements, and protection. Using a cooldown. This and my ultimate, I think, are the only thing that has a cooldown. So I just threw one in there just to get me some more barrier for that multiplier. Okay, obviously you got frost. It's all about frost here. Barriers. Love you. Well, you have a barrier active, so you got Cold Front, you got Snap Freeze, 3 out of 3, Icy Veil, 3 out of 3, and Blizzard. So Blizzard is my main go-to. Just so the frostbite damage is damage over time. I had to look that up because there was a ring that really boosts your damage over time, which is burning, frostbite, poison, and something else. I forget. And ball lightning. So I could move that over. Of course, I cast the ball lightning. So I've got 2 masteries to deal some decent damage and have some good effects. What was the chance? Critical strikes have up to, the static ball lightning. See, I would do that, but that one, the gloves that have the extra cold damage, I feel like I'm slightly cryo, but well, anyway. So permafrost, cold damage against vulnerable, that's good. So we still have frozen orb, blizzard, and the ice blades. So that's all cold damage. So 12x, 3 out of 3 for icy touch. 18x, so permafrost is on increased damage while a frost skill is on your action bar. So you only need one of them, so that's good. 9x damage to chilled, 18x to frozen, so that's definitely good. Yeah, I'm not sure how to... I probably could do that with abilities, boost that. I absolutely hate Deep Freeze, because when you cast Deep Freeze, you can't move. So I'm just not a fan. Its cooldown is 60 seconds also. So there you have it. I just don't see any good... Great, you're immune. So, but you're just standing there, and once you kill off whatever, you can't move around. Like with this, you can cast it, and then it works on one of the elites, and then you can keep moving and doing stuff. So, yeah. So this is maxed, and then I brought this on. Yeah, it pulls enemies in. So this is good for mobs a little bit. This, I felt like, yeah, I have firewall. Yeah, that's it. So, crud, and we missed fire. Where's firewall? Firewall's not a... Where did firewall go? It's not defensive. Is it mastery? Oh yeah, sorry. So yeah, so I cast firewall also. I missed that. So up to when dealing burning damage to spawn 2 firewalls for 3 seconds. So yeah, I feel like since I'm more about the cold damage, I have my cold stuff, my frost, as enchantments, and I like that. I get a free blizzard, and it follows you. So free blizzard, ball lightning, we went over that. Okay, and avalanche. Your frost skills cost 60% less mana, and you deal 60x increased damage. Is increased by an additional 98x against vulnerable. So I think this math takes into consideration the that aspect or affect or whatever it is. That takes that into consideration. Okay. Oh, the Paragon board. Okay, so Paragon. So you start with this. Everybody starts here, right? What did I put here? I put Adept here because it had a good amount of intelligence. and I believe I'm using all of it. So 105 there. So a lot of intelligence nodes. And then as I built that out, these are just trying to get a little more dexterity, just so I don't have to drink that potion. But unfortunately, I still have to drink that potion. Or light the incense, sorry. Whatever. They should all be potions. And I had to come down this way to grab that intelligence, so I figured this stuff is so close that I might as well pick this up for the resistance. The max life, I don't really care about it, so you can see I have not picked those up just because I'm more on the mana shield side, so I left those alone. Okay, so Adept is here. Oh yeah, and where's its level? You don't know. Blizzard, please put the fucking level here. No, I gotta hit A. Oh, there it is, level 61. It's just so stupid. You have so much room. Put the fucking level there. Put it in parens right next to Adept or something. Jesus. Sorry, that's my rant. Okay, this is okay. So my first board is Icefall, obviously, because I was going for Frost skills, my Cryo mentalist, and that this is Destruction. Okay, so this, out of the boards that I have, this has the most dexterity. So I can get 64 out of this guy. So this has cold damage, and then that's his vulnerable damage. Yep. So that's the first board. And then the second board is Frigid Fate. So you can kind of see this I built out last because I felt like, okay, I was coming here and I filled out the whole board. I mean, you can look at previous streams. Then I started inching my way because I felt like, okay, well, I've got two where I can just pick up a lucky hit and more lucky hit plus total resistance. So I felt like this was kind of an afterthought, but in the grand scheme of things, it was the closest rare node to get to, basically. So we've got Frigid Fate, and what's here? Control. So not a whole lot of dexterity here, but with the additional bonus, chilled, frozen, it makes sense to grab that glyph. And you can do A/B testing. You can swap this control with destruction, put control in here. But the key thing here is for every node you get 23% increased damage, critical strike damage, and this is at 15. Every 5 dexterity, 15.9%. So for just general damage, it makes sense to put destruction where you have the most dexterity. And when you're first filling this out, right, if you look at things like, sure, I used winter, because what you want to do is you want to just boost your rare nodes and then move on. Keep going for that next board, and this gets you boosts cheaper, and you're not spending a whole lot of points on extra nodes. So early on in the game, I used exploit. Obviously, that gave me some vulnerable juice. This gave me that chill or freeze. So I use these quite a bit. I mean, they're pretty high level, so I dumped them pretty recently, I guess. What was this one? That was a 30. I was thinking about reinforce. Yeah, but I never did. I never did make it legendary. But it was the barrier. Yeah, because I mean, if I'm cryo, I'm not gonna have all of these down here like my pyro skills, blah blah blah. No, even though that would help my inferno and firewall, but I'm leaning more towards the cold damage. So that's this board, Frigid Fate with control. And I'm pretty sure if you look, I've grabbed all the dexterity that I can. Okay. Yep. Vulnerable damage. I'm going to grab that. I'll pick up as I get points. Okay, the next board is Enchantment Master. So that's great. So my Frozen Orb and Blizzard grants 40x increased damage with their main element, so cold, right? 20x for the second enchantment. If it is the same element, it is. So I could swap in like the Firewall enchantment, and then you get 40x for the main element, and then I could get 40x for Pyro, which, come to think of it, that might be a good idea. But, and then you sacrifice, do you get random blizzards or do you get random firewalls? I don't know. Okay, so that's the Elementalist, and then the Glyph is Elementalist. So it's just boosting rare nodes. See, it's very thin. I don't have a lot of points spent in this area. But since it's Elementalist, you've got that additional bonus. Dealing fire, cold, or lightning damage to an enemy increases all damage you deal to them by 5x for 10 seconds, stacking once per element. So if I'm cycling through, which I do, Firewall, Blizzard, Ball Lightning, I'm getting that 15x. So that's kind of nice. And then this, I've got that. Okay, last board is Fundamental Release. So it's all about vulnerable or applying vulnerable, burning, or critically strike. They take 10x increased damage from you up to 50x. So it's like each time, right? Each time you do that to an enemy, it stacks. So you could stack a couple vulnerables, mix in some burning, have some critical strike, and then if they haven't died yet, they'll get 50x. Your ultimate skill damage is increased by 10x of your non-physical damage bonus up to 40%, and I've maxed it. That is at 40. So that is Fundamental Release. And Cryopathy. I don't know which one it is. Cryopathy. So is it on the second? Still Cryop. I don't know. Whatever it is. So that makes sense because I'm mostly cryo. It's willpower, but that kind of balances out the willpower. And that's why I have that gem. You probably saw it, that gem in, what was it? My chest armor, I think. So that gives me a little bit extra willpower. And boom, see the red? So this is why I have to burn that that incense so I can get this bonus. If I don't, things are really hurting. So I burn that incense and I get these 2 bonuses versus trying to, I don't know, get more stuff. Eventually, right, I'm at 243. I mean, you know, you get to 300, so that's what, 57 more points. Man, that's full, right? So you can pick up some extra willpower, dexterity. Maybe there's a percentage that will boost your attributes. Don't know. But I think that's it with the Paragon. The bad thing is everything else is about defense, except for this burning one. Yeah. I may go for this because it is critical strike damage. Yeah, just generic. And with the firewall, things will be burning. So, but I'm not. This is a long way to get here. I mean, I can get this guy, right? And then boom. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But everything else is defense. This guy, yeah. So I may start heading that way to the burning. But I think that's it. Paragon. Just went over the skills. This isn't. Did I get any there? Oh, I got one. Nothing. So season. This is all seasonal stuff. You know, so I do a lot of pit. So that got maxed. Here I'm close. So I got to get through the Helltide. I got about 300 more to get rank 5. And then this is just beating Asmodan, I think. So you got to just grind on Asmodan to bump this up. And then this is, so that's Overworld. This is Underworld, Undercity. So I haven't really done a ton of Undercity. I would grind Undercity for Obducite, but they kind of changed the way that works. So, but I mean, if you're totally curious, so you can get Essence of Pain, Essence of Squalor. So Essence of Pain is purified. Essence of Squalor is corrupted. And here we got Essence of Lies is purified. Essence of Shadows is corrupted. Okay, and we got Essence of Sin corrupted. Essence of Hellfire purified. Essence of Anguish purified. And Essence of Screams is corrupted. So I've just been kind of juggling these around just to see what feels good. But that... Oh yeah, so those are the gems, right? So we got Sapphire for willpower and then Amethyst for barrier generation. And then obviously these are skulls. We kind of went over these. Physical versus diamonds. I did have a diamond in here at one point only because I didn't have enough to make a third grand skull. But once I got the pieces, I could get that And so that is about it for... I'm really trying to think. So where am I at? 99 hours. So you can just go through here. This is like the profile overview. You scroll. So on YouTube, you could pause, right? And then scroll a little bit, pause, and then go to the next one. Because the air, for fuck's sake. Just lost my, well, did I lose my net? I haven't lost my network because Twitch is still working. Oh my God. Seriously? Oh, so it killed me. Way to go, Blizzard. Yeah. Okay, so that was the error message. You've been kicked out, and then they haven't closed your file just yet. So let me try to get in it again. Nope. Whoa. Huh. Well, that is a major bummer. We'll read the... Okay, so your character has not finished being saved by their current game. Why wouldn't that be... Your character has not finished being saved by their current game. So is it your character? Is it your current game? Or your account is otherwise busy. Please wait a few minutes so we can safely log your account out and try again. Okay. So my left stick, I can't even select. Wow. I can't even go up and down on that list. So that's a problem. All right. Well, yeah, you're going to have to watch. Oh, it queued me in. Am I in? Okay.
This is fine.
All right.
As far as
Well, let's we'll go over. Oh yeah, and that bug. I was going to show that bug. Okay, so let's just start for this from scratch. Okay, so we got Warlord, Greathelm of the Deflecting Barrier. We got some runes in there. Okay, you can pause. Okay, next is Everliving Sovereign Male, 2-star, chest armor, sanctified, scroll. Okay, so we got some gems in there. Gloves, Runic gloves of frozen memories, 2-star. Obviously, it is fully masterworked. We got the avalanche key passive, blah, blah, blah. No gems or runes can fit into gloves. You can't have a socket on gloves. Cold damage, tempered. All right. Archon, Faulds of shared misery. So you know it's good with the shared misery. Sanctified, blizzard size, that's awesome. Pokgar runes. Penitent Greaves, 1-star. We got overworked, masterworked, whatever, critical strike chance. We got lucky on the sanctified lightning damage. You leave behind a trail of frost that chills enemies. You got 23x. And then we got Orsivane, 2 stars. The non-physical damage is orange and juiced at 168.8%. And this has got a 140x multiplier, which is huge. Go over to the focus, Okun's Catalyst. You've got the orbiting ball lightning, and it can be cast while moving. Sanctified. You've got increased crowd control, and if they're unstoppable, you get 44x on them. A 3-star, Ring of Biting Cold. That should be it. And then Ring of Starless Skies, mythic. Critical strike chance, masterworked. And then the Dead, Sanctified. Way to go. What a shitty roll. Okay, and then another mythic. Melted Heart of Selig. Sanctified. Resource generation. Juiced at 87.5%. Sanctified. This is key. 44x with a barrier. Nice. Yeah, that's it. You got Frozen Orb, Blizzard, Ball Lightning, Ice Blades, Inferno, and Firewall. And you can't zoom in. You can spin the character, but you can't zoom in. So that is it. Like and subscribe. Send me an invite if I'm on and it's not in the morning, because I can't really talk in the morning. But yeah, do some boss battles, whatever. Okay. I think that is it. So now we will exit gracefully. Oh, shop. Gotta look at the shop. Sorry. Come on. Free, free, free. Give me something free. Free. Go. No. Nothing free today. Okay. Never mind. Alright. So we'll go to the game. We'll go exit. And yeah, that is it. So no gameplay today. Just going over the build for straight stunner 390, whatever. Shout out to that dude. All right. We'll see ya. Let us exit. I am out of here.